Hello, I'm the CommanderZander. I remember it so that a sound critic doesn't have to. And neither should you. Gee, 1984. What could possibly be going on around this time? Well, there was the much debated Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And that was pretty much it as far as movies go that year. Except for this one that happened to stumble upon my path somehow. The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, a 1984... Well, I'll let Wikipedia explain it for itself. Science fiction adventure film centering on the efforts of the polymath of a doctor named Buckaroo Banzai. Wherever did he get that name? Who happened to be a physicist, neurosurgeon, test pilot, rock musician, wanting to save the world by defeating a band of aliens from planet 10. Wait, there was a 10th planet? Yeah, one of those science films. Then you probably can imagine how this one might unfold. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's take a look at The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Banzai! Thank you. And guess who's involved in this one? That's right, Metro Goldwyn Meyer, because I seem to be running into them lately. They get credit for the movie, which, no, is not for monetary purposes. And... what is it? Polygram? Or Sherwood, okay. Interesting transition effect, but okay. Okay, this could get people's eyes all twisted in a knot. At least we get the intro or the title of the movie right away, but the weird transition in the background has me dazed and confused. Yes, it's a lengthy title, that's why they shortened it, because it's across the 8th dimension. Oh, for God's sakes, you ripped on Star Wars! As we start with a Buckaroo Banzai, born to an American mother and a Japanese father, began life and was destined to live it. Weren't we all destined to live it at some point? Going in several directions at once. Okay, that kind of makes sense with the transitioning of the... Moving on. A brilliant neurosurgeon, this restless young man grew quickly dissatisfied with a life devoted solely to medicine. He roamed the planet studying martial arts. He was devoted to medicine, yet wanted to study martial arts. What's that got to do with medicine? And partial physics, collecting around him a most eccentric group of friends, those hard-rocking scientists, the Hong Kong Cavaliers, who at this point seem to be doing better than the Cleveland Cavaliers, despite their world title. And now, with his astounding jet car ready for a bold assault on the dimension barrier, Buckaroo Banzai faces the greatest challenge of his turbulent life. Turbulent life because of a jet car. Hey, you people aren't funny. While high above Earth, about as high as Willie. Hey, what are you talking about, mama? An alien spacecraft keeps a nervous watch on Team Banzai's every move. Oh great, alien stalkers! Oh, that's wonderful! No wonder why it's a science fantasy movie. People can fantasize alien stalking! Goddamn born people. Again, totally ripping on Star Wars. Hey, if anyone's gonna do that, it's Spaceballs! That was the whole purpose of that movie, was to rip off of Star Wars. After the words of wisdom, get to a bunker of swords. Yes, John Lithgow's in this movie. He's like the only known commodity in this movie. As well as Jeff Goldblum, who you may have seen from the Apartments.com ads recently. This looks more like Area 51, which apparently has been making news nowadays because they're wondering what's going on over there. That's your control room? Because we can't afford all that highly sophisticated equipment that NASA happens to have. What exactly are you testing with a goddamn truck in the middle of nowhere that looks exactly like Area 51? As we see our sergeant coming into play. Really? You don't have the fucking fan on? So she has to use this fan because you're too lazy to turn the other fan on. I see they got that sophisticated machine for radioactivity. We then transition to our surgeons taking a look at something very, very top secret, I presume. Correct as usual, King Friday.
Control, this is HB-88. Commander's voice check, over.
Mod level? Why is he wearing a ski mask in the desert?
Over.
Must be evaluating the truck. Oh, for crying out loud. What could he possibly be doing with that thing? Next! Oh. That's the jet car! Maybe that's what got Back to the Future its idea to come up with this car so it could be like a time machine to go back in time. Yeah, be cool like that cool dude who's talking calm and cool. Oh boy. Wait, Buckaroo is in that goddamn thing? Of course he ain't gonna eject. Instead, he instigates some laser activity. This is gonna end badly. Let me guess, he's gonna destroy that thing. Or just go right in there. Okay, that's fine. Damn TV! You need to... Why couldn't we afford a more fancy monitor? Wow! It crashed his helmet right in half. He's picking up some heat vision within his heat vision goggles of sorts. Aliens! So you're telling me aliens have been living in this rock, underneath this rocky mountain this whole goddamn time, and we didn't know? That's what they're discovering in Area 51. He then escapes, unharmed. The car up in smoke, literally, as you can see in the background. And one of them fancy helicopters is keeping track on the eye of the sea. Let's go to Artie Pie in the sky. Everything's going to he's gonna bring on his parachute. Okay, let's go to Ollie Williams for the in-depth analysis. What do you think, Ollie? What's going on in there? Crazy ass motherfucker just fell through a mountain. Thanks, Ollie. Oh, now you tumble out. Well, you're gonna need to check the engine because it's failing miserably now. Buckaroo now has to evaluate the car for any extensive damage and what needs to be repaired, but we don't have time for that. Instead, we get some crazy psychopath that's just writing on the wall, played by John Lithgow. No TV and no beer makes John Lithgow go crazy.
Cheer up, Lizardo. It's Friday, and our care package from your yo-yo friend.
Hey, signor. Grazie, Doc.
Thanks, Doc. I come for your TV.
What's with the Italian accent?
10,000 kilowatts again this month.
Brother. You get some package in the mail. What could it possibly be, you might ask?
Buckaroo, I
Well, you'll never know. Because we transition to this scene.
Laura, if you're keen on bugs, what do you think?
I don't care if you walk through a mountain in Texas. This is New Jersey, and when you play my joint, you're just another act. I want some music out of you characters.
You want it, Artie? You got it.
What is up with that goddamn jacket? Good lord. Why do we transition to music? Great. Scientist and tester by day, punk-ass musician by night. That is the life of Buckaroo Banzai. What the hell is wrong with this man? What's this got to do with anything? Alright, next!
They have opened the window.
Sergeant Crazy-ass motherfucker is on the phone with some person trying to go loopy while digging for a dead guy's pocket.
No, don't worry about me. I'll get my own ride.
You're gonna be in that asylum for a long, long time. Or you could just escape like the Joker would. He's got his own video game?! God damn it, no wonder we're supposed to do in this goddamn asylum. You crazy ass motherfucker! Meanwhile... Yes, Buckaroo Banzai and the Hong Kong Cavaliers. Well, as I mentioned in the early part of this review, the Hong Kong Cavaliers certainly play better than the Cleveland Cavaliers nowadays. I know I'm going to get ripped on by Cleveland, but hey, if it makes you feel any better, your stinking Indians are closing the gap on my Twins. That shouldn't be happening. Mystery lady opens fire, Buckaroo unhurt.
Pictures don't lie.
Of course he's unhurt. He's Buckaroo Banzai. He's invincible, for God's sakes. And yet somehow he gets thrown in the slammer. Why?
I was wondering about it. I mean, I got your message about rendezvousing at this address. Barely had time to pack my saddlebags up.
He's dressed like a goddamn ridiculous looking cowboy.